Okay, we're gonna start the class very soon. Okay, let me make everything understanding for all of you first. We're gonna have the points. The score is 15 points. For your class attention, it's gonna be 5 points, and quiz 5 points, and homework 5 points. Total is 15 points. The class attention, just you come and you raise your hand, and of course, if you want to turn on the camera, you will get 5 points. Okay, 5 score each time. But if you turn on camera, 10. Okay, for those people, if I asking that name and no one answer me to class attention, that one will be 0. Okay, just very simple like that. If you don't need to open the camera, if you just not comfortable to open the camera, but just make sure that you come and you still studying. Okay, in this TR in the lecture.
การเปิดกล้องคือยังไงนะคะ
Just turn on the camera. It's simple like that.
เวลาตอบคำถามเหรอครับ
No, all the time.
อ๋อครับ
Yeah, just simple like that. It's not just turn on the camera. It just look like you just present yourself in the classroom. Okay, just simple like that. I give you all 10. It means if you come and turn on the camera, the first 2 times okay. Okay, I will give everyone. I'm going to check the name. I give full point, 10 mark. But from we have another 4 times to meet each other. Just turn on the camera and just like that and answer the question. You get full 5 points. Okay. Regarding the quiz, in terms if in class question equal 2 points. Okay. Don't be serious. For those people answer or cannot answer. Okay. It's really just only 2 points. Okay. It's all together.
อาจารย์ครับแล้วถ้าเรียนในคอมแล้วไม่มีกล้องล่ะครับ
Just let me know, okay? Just one by one. Okay, just if you don't have camera, you have serious problem with cannot open the camera, anything like that, just inform me, message me directly. But the reasons I just asked you to turn on the camera, just make sure you come and study. It's just like you come to the classroom, okay? Just like that.
ครับคือส่งข้อความเป็นในMicrosoft Teams หรือหาอาจารย์เลยใช่ไหมครับ
Send me directly in Microsoft Teams. Yeah. But next time, please, if you can provide the camera, it's very cheap, okay? Any difficulty? Because most of the time we still have online class, so it's better to have the camera on. Okay. But don't be shy if you turn on the camera. Just present yourself as well. We have only one person turn on. It's okay. Actually, I will recover for the last presentations, last time. If you have any questions, just let me know, okay? We will finish this one. And we have also another lecture note in the file tab. Please download. The next chapter is going to be the fundamental traffic engineering, okay? So before we go on, we need to know the basics of the traffic engineer. Okay. Okay, understand? So don't be serious, okay? If you don't worry about the points, quit is very only 2%. It's very just few points, okay? We have a total 25 students. I will check the name today. If your name is not present here, please let me know, okay? Or the university need me to check your name. If for those people who don't have the name here, please inform me after the class or anytime, so that inform the university to adding your name. Okay. Let me check your name first, okay? one first. I will check the name later. The points. Okay. How to call your name is a Citro นะครับ
มาครับ
นะครับ Citro
อยู่นี่ครับ ไม่มีกล้องครับอาจารย์ พอดีออนใน PC อะครับ
จะมาไปก่อนแล้วเลยค่อยมาแจ้งอาจารย์กัน just let me know later Okay, 24 students, almost everyone here in the classroom. I just will recover what we have learned last time. Okay. It's time to see you guys. So all of you come to the same batch. It's a junior, third year, right? So you know each other, all of you. So you know everyone know each other, right? Do you know each other?
ไม่ครับ
Oh. Quite interesting. Yes. Nice. Okay, let me cover what we have learned last week, okay? We learned about the side distance, okay? What does it mean? That we have the different kind of side distance. We have the stopping side distance. Okay. In the stopping side distance, we have the two parts. We have two parts, the first part and the second part. Anyone could tell me what are they? การพิเศษครับ You tell your friend?
ครับผม
Yeah, การพิเศษ
สักครู่นะครับกำลังเปิดครับ
Okay, just trying to recover, okay? Last week, we learned about the stopping side distance. I told you that there are two important parts of the stopping side distance, okay? The first part is what? And what is the second part? And what are the equations for calculation the stopping side distance? Let me say, can you remember now?
reaction distance กับ braking distance right
Yeah, that's great. การพิเศษ okay? Simple. So like this, you can check your. The first part is going to be the reaction distance, okay? During the reaction system, we assume that the vehicle travel with a constant speed, okay? The total distance during the during the reaction distance is mean speed multiplied by reaction time. Okay, speed multiplied by reaction time. Okay. Right. Paramaporn, are you here?
ค่ะอาจารย์
Paramaporn.
ฮัลโหลค่ะ
Paramaporn.
อาจารย์ถามว่าไงนะคะ ขออีกรอบค่ะ
Yeah, Paramaporn ครับ we have two parts of the stopping side distance. We have the first part and the second part. Okay, the first part is the distance during the reaction time. Okay, the second part is braking. Okay, my question is the first part is total distance is become what constant speed multiplied by reaction time. What is or what are the reaction time that we normally use for design standard?
แป๊บหนึ่งนะคะ
Yeah. Do you have camera? Did you turn on the camera?
ใช้คอมค่ะอาจารย์
ใช้ของ next time, okay?
โอเคค่ะ
Next
อาจารย์ห
time.
มายถึงว่าที่เป็นอะไรนะคะ ขออีกรอบ reaction time
Okay. We have to multiply speed, okay? Initial speed of the vehicles with reaction time. That is the total distance that vehicle will travel during the reaction distance. Okay? So my question is, what is the reaction time for this size standard that we use for this size standard? Remember?
จำไม่ได้ค่ะ
We still have give you two questions, okay? Don't worry. If you cannot ask the question, don't worry. The same thing. At least try to answer correct one question. Okay? Anyone will be asked two questions. If you correct the first one, it's okay, fine. You don't need to answer the second question, okay? But if you pass the first question, you have the second chance. Okay, the second time we ask the question again, try to answer that one, okay? But if you cannot answer both questions, don't worry, okay? It's just only 2 points. The next week, come back again. I will keep asking again, okay? Very little. We still have another quiz, online quiz. You can answer that one. We have another 3 points, okay? For each chapter, we're going to have the quiz, easy quiz, 5 minutes, 6-minute quiz or 10-minute quiz, really easy, quick answer. So make sure that you go back and recovery what we have learned. Okay. Let me. Maki, what is your name?
อาจารย์ครับถ้างั้นกันพิเศษก็ปลอดภัยแล้วใช่ไหมครับข้ามนี่
Yeah, make sure you're still here. Okay. If you're okay, answer the question. Just you save today. Okay? Answer one question, you save. You know. But if go back and go, let's have some noodle, okay? Because you will not get the class attention score, okay? It's simple, easy like that. Just come and attention the class. 5 to 10 points should be get, and also submit the homework. I'm expecting everyone get more than 12 out of 15, okay? 12, 13, 14, 15. Most of you expecting to get 15. If you just come regularly, answer, pay attention in the classroom. Very easy score. I guarantee you that in the exam it's quite difficult to get the point. Okay, this is the easiest way to get the point. 15 points, 35. If you have the senior, you can ask the senior. That is quite difficult to get the point in the exam. If you study, don't worry, it's still easy. Okay, let's check. Pichaya, is it correct? Pichaya.
ครับผมอาจารย์
Pichaya, you have any camera? Pichaya on?
ใช้คอมครับ
I will marking this one first, okay? And next week, show me again for those people who don't have the camera. Well, you know that what is the reaction time that we use for design standard stopping side distance? Please, quickly. Remember? We have the rurals. In the rural areas, we have the certain reaction time, but in urban also we have another different reaction
ใช่
time.
ความหนาแน่นของประชากรป่ะครับผม
No. Okay. Give chance this question, okay? For those people who want to answer this question, I will the master. Just we have the raise hand, right? On the top right corner, you just raise your hand and let you want to answer this question.
เอ่อ
Raise your hand first so I can pick. Okay. Anyone want to answer this question? If youจุลจิตครับจุลจิต Are you here จุลจิตครับจุลจิตครับ Nice to meet you. Your camera is very clear. จุลจิต Yes. What are the answer?
rural 2.5 วิแล้วก็ในเมืองเป็น 1.5 วิค่ะ
ครับ Oh, correct นะจุลจิต What is your
ถูกไหมครับอาจารย์
ครับ That's totally correct จุลจิต For those, please feel comfortable if you already answered the question correct. Just sit back and relax and see what we're gonna learn. Why? My question is why? Why we use 2.5 seconds in the rural, but in urban area we use only 1.5 or 1 second sometimes, 1.2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Why? What is the reason behind? Anyone want to answer? Raise your hand. พิชยะครับพิชยะ
สิ่งเร้าป่ะครับอาจารย์
พิชยะครับ is correct okay
ครับ
why สิ่งเร้า how it look like สิ่งเร้าคืออะไรครับคือยังไงนะ
สิ่งเร้าแบบในเมืองมีแบบhuman activity เยอะมากๆครับแต่ว่าแบบใน rural คือแบบไม่ค่อยมีอะไรแบบนั้นนะครับผม
Okay, thank you. It's good answer. Okay. The other thing, just you don't have a camera, so I cannot see your face. Okay. When you answer correct question, it's really happy. It's like inside the urban, you have a lot of things. The driver seems to be more alert compared to you driving in the rural area. Left and right, they have nothing. Okay. You drive 5 minutes, 10 minutes, have nothing. Just make the driver have the slower reaction time. Comparing to the urban area, okay? Urban area have a lot of, activity. So the driver keep alerting more alert when they're driving. That's why we give a little bit less than reaction time compared to the rural area. Okay? Thank you. That is very nice. That is start with the reaction time. Stopping side distance. Okay? It's related to the first part. What is the second part? The second part is the braking distance, okay? Braking distance. If you can see from this one passing side. Here, okay, we have the first part. We talk about the lag distance or thinking distance, or we say in the formal one we call reaction distance, okay? The second part is the braking distance. Anyone, let me ask okay? Random. วริศราครับวริศรา Are you here วริศรา
อยู่ค่ะ
วริศรา You have the camera วริศราครับ Please turn on the camera okay For those people who not If you turn on the camera attend the class you give 10 marks okay If you turn off it's 5 marks วริศรา What is the equation to calculate the braking distance What is the equation
dp เท่ากับ equals v 0 square minus v square over 2g multiplied with f plus minus g.
Wait. That is totally correct. Okay. This equation v0 square minus v divided by 2g f plus minus g. Okay. The equation can be another thing. If we don't have the frictions, what else? If we don't have the friction, what we can use? Anyone want to answer? Pitaya, put your hand down, please. Who want to answer this one? If we don't have the friction, what else we can use in this equation? We don't have F. Anyone want to answer? Siddhipong ครับ Siddhipong any camera
ใช้A ส่วน G ครับ
A ส่วน T ครับ Siddhipong ครับ ขอบคุณครับ Siddhipong โอเคครับ A divided by G, okay? If you get information of the deceleration, okay? You can use the deceleration divided by G, 9.81, and you will get the same value, okay? That's great. Thank you for those people who answered the question. This is the factor that affects to the baking distance, okay? The thinking distance we have, okay, speed of the car, of course. If you drive very fast during the thinking distance, it will go very fast before your baking start working, okay? If this is drug and alcohol, tiredness is related to the driver and medication as well. The factor that's related to the baking is must come from, just of course, initial speed of the car. If you start driving very fast, it takes longer time to stop the vehicle, okay? And of course, the road condition, wet condition, dry condition, also the condition of bake. This is all the factors that related to the thinking distance and baking distance. We have learned this one already. This one, the next page is 2.5, 1.5, straightforward in the slide, okay? For those people who just look at the slide, you can answer the simple question. The reasons why those people who hit at behind other people car, it means that you not have enough room or don't have enough distance, or you drive too fast, you can stop before hitting other vehicles or other objects. That's why. When we design highway, we should have enough time for them to stop before hitting anything, okay, on the road. This is what we have learned last week. Okay, I ask you to go back and try to derive this equation, this equation. Okay, this is baking distance. Baking distance is considering on the horizontal distance, okay? It's not on the slope distance, dB. A divided by G, okay? I come out this equation, something like this, 254. That's what it comes from. How we get this number, 254. We asked last time. 254, we convert the unit, okay? This is speed. In this equation, we can substitute the speed with the kilometer per hour, okay? We need to divide the kilometer per hour by t.6. So we use t.6 square multiplied by 2 multiplied by 9.81, you will get 254. Okay, you get 254. This is the table for something distance. We got the example one. Have we finished this one already, right? Have we finished this one?
ใช่ครับเสร็จแล้วครับ
Okay. How about example 2? Have we finished one? No, homework? Ask you to go back and work at home? Is that correct?
มีโซลูชันแล้วครับ
Huh? The solution or not? I already show you the solution and go back to work, right? Okay. Okay, this is one quite straightforward as well, but a little bit complicated than the first example. A student is trying to test braking ability to her car. It means that she needed 5.64 more. I remember, I recognize that I told you how to do it already. And this one, okay? We have two scenarios. They minus each other. The different distance is 5.64. So we get this one. Okay. We talk about passing side distance. Okay, this one, we have learned this one already. Actually, I'm supposed to ask you to go back and review this table. This is a passing side distance table. How many camera I can see? This week, I will give you the file for those people who not open the camera. But if you said, of course, if you have the computer. But next week, try. I will adding the point to back to 10. Okay, and let me see you again next week. Normally, I will ask students try to prove how this number come from. Okay, D1, D2, D3, and D4. We combine D1 to D4 is combined together. It's become passing side distance. Okay, let's try. Let's see. What is the passing side distance required? What does it mean, the passing side distance? Anyone can tell? What is the passing side distance? It looks like the distance that the driver needs to be able to see other vehicles on the other side. The distance that driver can see, okay? Far enough that they can see. How far? Let's suppose to be, if you're driving with 100 kilometers per hour and you want to overtake on that area, okay? It's how far at least the driver should be able to see the other side, how far he can see. From this table, it's telling you that at least he should be able to see, okay, 726 meters. On that one, if you're not, it's nothing, there's no hills or nothing, just flat terrain, you can see very far, more than 726 meters. It means in that area, two-way, two-lane road, you can, the marking, it can be dashed line, not the solid line. What does it mean dash line? It means that you can overtake other vehicle in that area. Okay. If you can you comparing if you drive with the 100 kilometers per hour, how far that we require to stop the vehicle before hitting other object? Anyone want to answer? Let's go back to see the table, okay? Here, on the wet pavement. If we drive with the 100 kilometers per hour, what is the distance we require to stop the vehicle? Anyone can tell? From the table,ครับ. What is the distance that required? Marisela, are you still here? I just see you're selling. Okay,ครับ. Don't be shy, okay? Just Panupong ครับ Panupong, are you still there?
อยู่ครับอาจารย์
If you drive with 100 kilometers per hour, what is the distance required to stop before hitting other vehicles from this table?
$120.
This is the wet pavement, right?
66.
Really? Oh. Anupom, open the camera. Yeah, you have attention, but first trial question. If you drive with 100 kilometers per hour, my question from this table, can you tell me what the distance requirement? Make sure that you will not hit other vehicles if you have this at least distance? How far you should be able to see on the road at least how many meters?
120 meters.
Really? Ah.
อาจารย์ครับขอตอบใหม่ได้ไหมครับ185 is the last one, right?
Turn off the microphone first, please. Thank you. From this table, you can see the distance that just require the vehicle to stop is only 185 meters. Okay? But if you want to make sure that the vehicle can overtake other vehicles, you have to have at least what is passing sight distance, right? From this table, 100 kilometers per hour, you should have at least 726 meters requirement. Okay, to see. If you can see far only 400 meters, it means that you cannot draw the dashed line on the pavement. You must make a solid line. Okay, solid orange line. It means that you cannot overtake on this area. Please understand what does mean. What is this table mean? Just make sure that go back during this week, try to calculate or how those numbers come from. Okay, like 97 in D4, D3 is 30 meters, D2 is 145. How is achieve this number? How does it come from? Okay, try to solve by yourself. This is the graph. Okay, this is present another way. Just present the D1, D2, and D3 combinations of them is the passing sight distance. Okay, we talked about the super elevations last time. Okay, we have the very. If we look at the top view of the road, we call pan. Okay, if we cut and see the elevation of the center line of the road, we call profile, pan and profile. Okay, and we have this kind of super elevation. Okay, let's replace what we have learned last week. We have another question, maybe. Picture cut.
อาจารย์
Picture cut. You have any comment? Picture cut. Picture cut. Okay. Can you tell the difference? This is the start with normal cloud. Okay. You remember normal cloud. And we go to the curve, horizontal curve, and what before we go to the full super elevation, what do they call on each stage? This, what? Say one more time, please. What is this one? Can you see my mouse? Yeah.
ใช่ไหม half crown
Yeah, here. Oh, sorry. Let me. This one.
half crown
No.
full crown
Full crown? Really?
No.
Are you sure?
ไม่
How
ใช่
come? How many? Start again. Just one more chance, okay? This one. What do they call this one? This one. Just start.
start เลยใช่ไหมคะ
Start. Start. It's just the first one before doing anything.
เรียกว่า
normal what
normal crown ค่ะอาจารย์ normal crown
normal crown ครับ normal crown starts with normal crown okay the road is normally have normal crown วิ่งมา it's normal crown okay and then what we change the elevation or the edge one edge left edge we lift up until the same level of the center line here what we call this part
หนูใช่ไหมคะ
yeah
half crown ค่ะอาจารย์
okay half crown ครับ and then what if we still lift it up okay until the same as crown slope what do you call this one
หนูปะคะ
yeah ยังไม่จบเลยครับ
ค่ะอาจารย์
full crown and then what the
แล้วก็
last one
full super elevation ค่ะ
elevation thank you what is your name
พี่ชาอาจารย์
พิเชียพัฒน์
ค่ะ
พิเชียพัฒน์okay so we have normal crown half crown full crown full sup okay here is still full sup elevation until we're gonna exit the curve okay we're going to remove the super elevation we call this one remove okay we remove super elevation we have the full super elevation we change it to be full crown half crown and go back to normal crown okay when you go back you talk to other people as a civil engineer at least you know the name of this one okay this one okay we explained last week full sup full crown half crown so we ask the question everyone should be able to understand this picture okay tangents run out ring off run off and what does mean the dashed line and then we talk about this free body diagram okay when vehicles turn to the horizontal curve and how why not slip out of the curve we make something level up the pavement okay that we call the super elevation my last question of the last week what happened when we make a super elevation what is changing previously we have only the friction between tire and the road side friction okay that up until now we have two friction don't be confused in the super elevation this friction we call FS side friction the first one for DB braking distance we have friction as well is that the same friction which one is have higher value anyone want to answer we have two friction anyone want to answer pleaseสิทธิพงษ์เอาไหมสิทธิพงษ์
อาจารย์คืออะไรครับอาจารย์ถามว่าอะไรนะครับ
Oh my question is we have two friction right now okay friction in elevation and the friction in braking distance we have same F is that the same if it's not the same which one is a higher number
ไม่เหมือนครับอาจารย์
ครับ
ไม่เหมือนกันครับ
ต่างยังไงนะครับ explain นิดนึงมอง
ต่างที่ค่าองศาครับ mg sin กับอีกอย่างหนึงมันเป็น mg cos มั้งครับ
ไม่ใช่นะสิทธิพงษ์
แรงเข้าสู่ศูนย์กลางมั้งครับไม่รู้ครับอาจารย์
ไม่ใช่ครับเอาใหม่นะซิมิลันครับเหมือนกันไหม
ต่างกันครับ
How are they different ต่างไงนะ Okay we have the equation here okay E plus Fs equal V square divided by RT. You have this equation. My question is the friction here, is that the same as friction in the braking distance, dB? Okay, is that the same? Siddhipong said, oh, no, it's not the same. What are the difference? One. Can you tell what are the difference?
The difference is the มันมีการเพิ่มมุมเข้ามา
No, I mean just two friction. This is a symbol, okay? Friction. And it has small s here. Of course, we call this one as a side friction. In the braking distance, we have only F. It's like that, just F. This means friction, okay? Equal A divided by G. Okay. My question is, what are the difference? This is the side friction. You imagine, you see this picture of the road, right? Picture of the vehicle. If we facing the tire, if we facing here, this is the vehicle drive this way. Okay, the friction acting to the wheels
on the wheel,
on the wheel, yeah, on this direction. Compared to the side friction, no, side friction come here on the side. Yeah, on the side. It's not on the direction of the traveling. Okay, on the side. That's why we call side friction. Normally, it's less than normal friction. Normal friction, I told you, that on the wet condition is around 0.25 to 0.3. On the dry condition, it's around 0.6. Okay, but side friction is maybe just 0.15, something like that. It's much less than the friction, normal friction. Okay, understand? Okay, it's different friction. Please make sure you clearly understand that different. Don't mix up when you doing the question. Okay, the solution of this one we derive from here. Okay, from this free body diagram, we will get this one. All the Department of Highway, they use this equation for doing calculations, minimum radius. You know. The equation is E plus Fs. We move this one to the left-hand side. Okay? E plus Fs equal V squared divided by RT. Okay? We use this equation all the time to find the minimum radius of the curve when you have the super elevation. Maybe we done this one already, right? Last week? It's straightforward, okay? Make sure I just review for 30 minutes what we have learned, and we're going to go on. Example 3. Roadway is being designed for speed 110 at one horizontal curve. It is known that the super elevation is 6.8%. I will tell you again what is 8% come from, okay? We have the standard. In Thailand, we have the super elevation maximum is 10%. Okay, we should not use that one more than 10%. 8% is the engineering design. You are the one who decides what percent you're going to use. Okay, if you have enough big land, do the curve, you may use less super elevation. But if you have the limited area, you need to have, you have limited radius of the curve, you need to have more super elevation. This is the one you are the one who decides how many percent should we use for the super elevation. So in this equation, they just given you the 8%. And the coefficient of side friction, okay? Fs here, side friction equals 0.1, okay? It's 0.1. This means the minimum radius of curve, okay? This is straightforward question. What is the minimum radius of curve that will be provide safe vehicles operating with 100 km per hour? That's why we come to use this equation. R, okay, equal V squared divided by G multiplied by Fs plus E. Normally, we don't need to tell divided by 100, no. when you say super elevation, you need to know like that 0.8%, it means 0.08. But this one is must be meter per second. But the question gives you in kilometer per hour. You need to change this unit back to meter per second. That's why you divide it by t.6. Okay? Divided by t.6 equals 0.2778. You divided kilometer per hour with t.6. This will change it to be meter per second. Okay? Or you multiply by 0.2778. It means just changing the unit back to meter per second. Okay? Just use, and you get the minimum radius of the curve is 528. What happened? This is the minimum requirement. If you have not enough area, not enough land to have the 528 meter for the radius, you might have increasing the super elevation, but the maximum you increase the super elevation is 0.1 or 10% only maximum. Okay? This is the table. We give you the idea. If you have the size speed, okay, 100 kilometers per hour, and this is the choice of your choice. What super elevation you want to use? In this table, is maximum 12, but normally in Thailand we use less than 10. Like this one, 8, okay? 8%, you can use, this is the friction. They use side friction. And this is tell you what is the minimum radius is calculated for you already. 100, right? This means 394. This is the minimum radius for the curve. Okay, you don't need to calculate again. Just look at the table. Okay, come to the last part. Visual. At the end of this part, we're gonna have the exam question, like the previous exam question, example for you to know that. I will give you the exam question look like this. Anyone have a short eyesight? Oh, no one turn on the camera? It doesn't mean that you're gonna turn on the camera when I check your name, okay? Please. ธนพลอยู่ไหมครับธนพล Are you still there?
อยู่ครับ
Can I see your face? Please.ธนพล you have the normal eyesight or short eyesight?
short ครับ
Short. How much?
300 ประมาณนั้นครับ
Oh, quite a lot, huh? Why are you not wearing the glasses? You put on the contact LASIK?
No.
Oh. Do not think 300 is quite a lot, huh? But let me see. สริยาครับ How about your eyes, สริยา
อะไรนะคะ
How about your eyesight? Is that short eyesight or สั้นเท่าไหร่ครับ How much?
ประมาณข้างหนึ่ง200 กว่าข้างหนึ่ง300มั้งหนูจำไม่ได้อ่ะ
Anyone have heard about 2020?
Yes.
Split. Oh, I'm teaching the curtain, no? I'm teaching I'm teaching many ceiling and many curtain. I see your picture, only see the curtain and ceiling. Anyway,
ที่มาครับอาจารย์
อะไรนะครับ
สุกิจใส่แว่นครับ
สุกิจใส่แว่นนะสุกิจโอ้
ไม่อ่ะ
Okay, สุกิจใส่แว่นสุกิจครับ Have you ever heard about 2020?
No.
That's very interesting. การพิเศษครับ Put on the Have you ever heard about 2020?
เกี่ยวกับสายตาอย่างนั้นหรือเปล่าครับ
ใช่ What I mean 2020 No
คือเหมือนเวลามองไอ้นี่ป่ะครับที่เป็น ที่เป็นตัวหนังสือเวลาไป
ใช่
เทส
ใช่
อะครับ ใช่
ใช่
ไหม
ครับ
ครับผม
When we go to the eye doctor, okay, eye doctor, we have a specific name, but I don't know what is the eye doctor, what do they call? We have that one we call the Snellen chart. They have what did we write down here? The vision. Let's see. The driver virtually perceives the actions of the other vehicles, the location of the object, traffic control device, and the general traffic environment. Normally, we use visual to see that one. Okay. So those people who driving the car, do you think everyone have the very clear eyesight? It's a normal eyesight. Do you think so? Kanapon, have you ever drive your car without the glasses?
ไม่เคยครับ
เหรอ You put on the glasses all the time?
Yes
Why put on the glasses today?
It's broken
Okay. But we don't expect everyone in the road driving the car with a normal eyesight. Sometimes the people have a short eyesight, but they're still driving. Okay, it's possible. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay, let's see the word. Okay, normal vision taken mean that it's well with environment. The person can recognize the letter. Yeah, If you go to see the doctor, okay, you have the chart. That chart we call Snellen chart. Okay, Snellen chart here. Okay, we call it one Snellen chart. I will ask the question. Okay, remember this chart name. And ask you to read the number. This number, this number, this number. But it have some important thing. If you look at it closely, sometimes they have the paper. Okay, they will write down 20/20. What does it mean here? The normal person, the normal eyesight, okay, they will recognize a letter about 1/3 inch in height at the distance 20 foot. That is those people. If you can read the letter with the 1/3 inches in 20 foot distance, it means that you are a normal eyesight person. Okay, we call you that normal eyesight 20/20. 20/20 is mean normal eyesight. It means you can at 20 foot you can read the letter with 1/3 inches. Okay, but the problem, a person with worse vision must be closer to display in order to recognize the same letter. If you have a short eyesight, you need to walk closer to read that letter. Okay, is that correct? To be able to read that letter, you need to walk closer, or you can make the letter bigger. Suppose that one. Suppose this one. It have the ratio. This relative visual acuity is this designated by the ratio such as 20/40. Means the person can clearly see the object at the distance of what? 20 foot, when the distance of 40 foot sufficient for the person of normal. 20/40, it means that person can read at 20 foot, but a normal eye person can read at 40 foot. It's halfway, 20/40. Okay, this is going to be asked the question. Okay, what does it mean 20/40? Again, okay, 20/40, what does it mean? It means that person can read the letter at the distance 20 foot, while the normal eyesight people can read at 40 foot. Understand? 20/40. This is when we design the road, we need to specify what is the eyesight of the design driver. No, we don't use 20/20. It's same as the safety factor, okay? We make the people, have a little bit short eyesight. Maybe we use 20/40 for design standard. It depends on the engineer, okay? Let's see the question. Normally, when we look at the eyes from the eyesight, we have the clear picture, very narrow, okay? if you look at your finger, you point the finger and you look at your finger, you can see it's clear only one picture, but on the left and right side, it's not very clear. But you know it, what is it, but it's not very clear. Okay. Normally, you can most clear vision occur with the cone of vision. This is what I call the cone of vision. About 3 degrees, only 3 degrees. Yes. The clarity of vision is very good to approximately 20 degrees. Okay. Beyond that one, you can see 160 degrees, not 180. Okay, 180 you cannot. When you put the finger in your ear, you cannot see what number. About 160 degrees for your eye vision. Let's see this one. We're gonna answer this one first. Okay, for those who still not get the mark today, you can do this question very straightforward. The driver with 20/20 vision can read the sign from distance 90 foot if the letter sign is 2 inches. How close? This is the set. Normal people can read the letter 2 inches with the distance 90 foot. How close would a person with 20/50 vision have to be in order to read the same sign? How close? It must be closer, okay? The good eyesight can read the letter with the 90-foot distance. The good eyesight. The short eyesight, 20/50, they're supposed to be able to read this letter with what distance? Anyone want to answer first? The first question is what distance? The second question, for the given definition of normal vision, calculate the height of the letter that the driver with 20/60 vision can read from the distance 90 foot and 30 foot. We have 3 questions. The first one first, okay? 20/50, how far they can read the letter with 2 inches? Why normal eyesight can read at 90 foot? Who want to answer this question? Very easy. ใครครับ มีไหม ใครยังไม่ได้แข่งบ้างชัยกฤษมีอยู่ไหมชัยกฤษอยู่ไหมครับชัยกฤษ
อยู่ครับ
ชัยกฤษอยู่ไหน
ครับผม
ครับผมชัยกฤษโอเคมีกล้องด้วยเช็คให้นะครับชัยกฤษครับOf course it might be shorter than 90, okay? Don't say a number that's higher than 90. It's just a ratio proportion. Can you give the idea?
ขอคำถามใหม่ไหมอาจารย์เอาใหม่สิครับ
นี่ไงคำถามใหม่นี่ไง read the question, okay? Read this question. The driver with 20/20 vision can read the letter height 2 inches 5 centimeter, okay? At 90 foot away.
อ๋อ
This is eyesight.
ตอบว่า 270 ครับ 270
No, it must be shorter than 90 foot.
Oh, 90 foot.
Good eyesight can read at distance 90 foot away. But my question is 20/50. What distance he can read?
30ป่ะครับ
It's just proportion. Okay? Just proportion. Okay, Take it. It's just proportion, okay? It means 2 divided by 5. He can read at the distance is 36 foot. Okay? With those people who have the eyesight 250. Similar. The next one, okay? For the given definition of normal vision, okay. Calculate the height of the letter. This is the height of the letter. They don't ask the distance anymore. The height letter that driver, okay, with 20/60 vision can reach from distance 950 foot. We're gonna decide the height of the letter of the traffic sign. What is the height of letter that ask those people with have 20/60 eyesight can read at the distance 90 foot? Try to calculate everyone, okay? Can you say, you want to answer this one?
ครับผม
At distance 90 foot, how big of the letter should be that people with 20/60 eyesight can read at the 90 foot distance?
เล็กกว่า4 เท่าไหมครับ4 กว่าเท่าคิดอย่างนั้นหรือเปล่าครับ
ไม่เขาบอกว่าจาก definition คนตาดีเท่าไหร่ครับ the good eyesight yeah for the given definition normal vision okay นี่คนตาดี 20/20 can read with 1/3 inches okay with distance 20 footสัญญพงษ์หรือเปล่าใครจะตอบครับสัญญพงษ์ยกมือ
ครับอาจารย์ถามคำถามหน่อยครับ
อะไรนะ
อาจารย์ถามคำถามหน่อยครับ
ไม่ถามใหม่ให้อาจารย์เห็นคุณยกมือเห็นยกมืออย่างเนี้ยครับณภัทรก็ยกมืออยู่จะตอบคำถามหรือเปล่า
คือข้อนี้มันมีหลายคำถามอาจารย์เอาคำถามไหนครับ
คำถามเนี้ยA เนี่ยนาทีฟุตเนี่ยนะครับตัวอักษรต้องสูงเท่าไหร่เนี่ย
6 นิ้วหรือเปล่า
ครับ
6 นิ้วหรือเปล่าครับ
ขนาด6 นิ้วเหรอต้องนะครับชื่ออะไรนะเนี่ยอีกข้อนึงแหละครับทำอีกข้อนึงเท่า36 ฟุตล่ะครับ
กำลังคิดอยู่ครับคิด
อยู่เหมือนกันนะครับ
2.4 หรือเปล่า
โอเค 2.4 ครับ 2.4 No. Let's go back to try to understand this question, okay? Let's capture and go back and try. It's just a little bit try to make understanding. It's really understandable. Okay, this is another good close to the exam question. Assume that the driver with normal vision can read the sign from the distance 50 meters. For 25 millimeter of letter height. Normal vision can read the sign, okay, with distance 50 meters for 2.5 centimeter letter height. And that the design driver, we use 20/40 as a design driver. Determine how far away from the exit lamp. A directional sign should be placed or should be located to allow safe reduction of speed from 95 to 48 km/h. Of course, when you drive with this one, initial speed is 95 kilometers per hour. And to exit the ramp here, okay, you must reduce the speed because this is a curve, okay? You must reduce the speed to reach this point at least 48 kilometers per hour. We have the reaction time of the driver is 1.5 seconds. We have the coefficient of friction, F 0.3. The size of the letter is 20 centimeters. This freeway is a level, no slope, uphill, downhill freeway. What is the question? Determine how far away, okay? They want to know, you want to put the sign here, right? How far from the exit point that should we place the sign? That driver can read the sign and slow down the vehicles from 95 to 48 at this point. Okay? Let's see. How can we do this one? The first question, we should tell ourselves that from the side here, and the driver should, what the distance between this side to the driver, that the driver can read the sign. Okay. How far? That is 20-40 driver can read the sign. What is the distance? Anyone can tell us, what is the height of the sign? Yeah, the letter size 20 centimeters. But the normal eyesight can read with 50 meters for 2.5 centimeters. This is a good eyesight. My question is, this driver can read the sign with what distance from here to here? Anyone? Give you 1 minute. Everyone, please calculate. Make a calculation. If you cannot calculation, I will give you the solution. But try to think by yourself first. The distance here, from the sign, that the driver can read the sign. Right now, the signs have a 20 centimeter high. Anyone can answer first, please?
จะเห็น100มิลลิเมตรหรือเปล่าครับคือถ้าสมมุติอยู่เฉยๆใช่ไหมครับสมมุติแบบว่ามองก่อน
ขับได้เท่านี้เลยอ๋อคนตาดีเนี่ยมองเห็นก่อนเลยเนี่ย the good eyesight can read 2 เซนครึ่งเนี่ยด้วยระยะ50 เมตรต้องถามก่อนว่าถ้าตัวหนังสือ20 เซนเนี่ยคนตาดีอ่านได้ระยะเท่าไหร่ถูกไหม you need to calculate first if the good eyesight require what distance คำถามก่อนคนตาดีเนี่ยถ้าตัวอักษรสูง20 เซนเนี่ย
61ค่ะอาจารย์61เมตรครับอาจารย์
เท่าไหร่นะ
61เมตรค่ะอาจารย์61ครับอาจารย์
เหรอ61คืออะไร61นี่คือตาดีหรือตาสั้น2040 or
2040 sir ถ้าเป็น20จะเป็น2040ค่ะอาจารย์
2040 61อ๋อ
ใช่ค่ะถ้าสมมุติว่าเป็น20จะเป็น ประมาณ120ค่ะคุณสองไป
Haruna still on the car in the car you come back to the room now
ใช่ครับ
Haruna okay you supposed to here at the specific driver with normal eyesight will recognize the sign of the 120 meter is that correct here so
ใช่ค่ะ
แม่เปิดไฟหน่อย
Aruna did you say 60 meter
ใช่ค่ะหนูบอกว่าถ้าเป็นถ้าสมมติว่าเป็น20เป็น120แล้วถ้าสมมติว่าเป็น20-40นี่จะเป็น60ค่ะ อาจารย์ฝากเช็คชื่อด้วยนะคะอาจารย์
ครับเช็คแล้วครับ I see your camera now you know I also capture who open the camera when I'm teaching okay so I see your name here that's why I can give you the mark for those who not open I give you 5 scores don't worry you get the point so make sure that you understand what is you find a good eyesight first 20/20 first the 20/20 can read this 20 centimeter letter with 120 meter away but our design driver we have the eyesight with 20/40 so this driver can read the letter with the distance 60 meter okay so I come back to this one the driver drive with what speed 95 kilometer per hour can read the sign with the distance 60 meter away what is the next question the next question is from this point after they can see the sign 48 okay 48 ahead what they're doing they're thinking they see they perceive and they recognize what is reduced speed what they do the brain analysis what they have to do I have to put the brake and the brain trailing the foot step away and pressing the brake this is the braking distance and then the next process is the braking distance okay what is the total distance together yeah okay it includes the perception reaction the distance travel to decelerate from 95 to 48 kilometers yes here this is the equation the first part is the thinking distance or reaction distance the second part is what is the braking distance okay yeah that is the tell you that this is the level freeway this is what this is the braking distance they combine together no slope g equal to 0 so the total is 128 defined to after the driver see the speed ahead 48 the required distance to slow the vehicle down from what from 95 to 48 is 128 meter so the question is how far the sign we should install the sign put the sign far away from the exit lamp here this is the question okay this is the question you know this one the driver can read the sign at what distance 60 the total distance is 128 right to reduce speed after see the sign and this so the location that we need to installing the sign away must be 128 minus 60 okay we have one more example and I will give you a break let's see the exam question this is quite close to the exam question but the next one is a real exam question okay if example combination everything in this example. They combine everything here. Everyone, please read the question, please. The driver will drive here, from here, okay? Drive from here. Here. Slow down the vehicles and exit the ramp. This is supposed to be circle, okay? Half circle. Make a circle. Here. After exit this one, let's see the stop sign here. Every car has to stop here. This means the final speed, it becomes zero before joining the local road. This is the expressway like the Bulapaviti here. And you off the lamp here. Slow down, see the sign. Oh, exit sign. You need to slow down. Okay? Yeah. I don't know what speed they reach this one. And then this from this speed have to reduce to become to zero. Every car has to stop here. Let's read the question, okay? The elevated expressway goes through the urban area and cross the local street. A local street as shown in picture T.1. The partial coverage. This is what we call the coverage, okay? Partial. This is full coverage. It's going to be like this full coverage. This is the partial coverage. The partial coverage exit lamp is on 2% downgrade. They said this one 2% downgrade. G equal to -2 downgrade. And all the vehicles leaving the expressway must stop at the intersection with the local street. The question starts asking, does it mean the minimum ramp radius? They want to know the minimum radius of this lamp. Okay? And the length of the lamp here. The length of the lamp. The length of the lamp. They're given the following information. The maximum speed of expressway is 100 km/h. Distance between exit sign and exit lamp. This is the exit sign. And exit lamp is 80 meter. 80 meter. This is the exit lamp point to the exit sign. But of course, the driver will see the exit sign from here. Okay? They will not see the traffic sign from here. Okay? They should be able to see from here, some certain distance before the exit sign. Here. Right? Can you see this one? The driver is supposed to be able to see the traffic sign from this one. Okay? They are also telling you that the height of the sign is 8 centimeter. 8 centimeter. Reaction time of the driver we use standard is 2.5 for the rural. And on this ramp, of course, they give you the super elevation for 8%. Expressway grade equal to 0%. Assume that the driver, here the information of the driver, okay? Assume that the driver can read the road sign within his or her area of vision.
ขอจ่ายผ่าน QR code ได้ไหมครับ
อะไรนะครับ Haruna, turn off the microphone first. This is the information about the driver. Vision of distance is 50 foot for each inch of letter height. แปลว่าอะไรนะ ทุกๆ1 นิ้วเนี่ยใช้ระยะ 15 เมตรในการอ่าน And the driver see the stop sign immediately or enter the ramp. เวลาคนขับมาถึงตรงนี้ปุ๊บเนี่ยเห็นป้ายหยุดข้างหน้าต้องหยุดเนี่ยเห็นทันทีเลยปุ๊บไม่เห็นเลยตรงนี้ They can see the stop sign. They need to braking, This people have they have the thinking distance and braking distance from here to here. เนี่ยสายตาคนออกแบบครับตัวอักษรสูงกี่นิ้วครับตัวอักษรสูง3 นิ้วนะ3 นิ้วหรือ8 เซนเขาบอกว่าคนที่จะออกแบบเนี่ยจะเห็นตัว1 นิ้วเนี่ยต้องใช้ระยะทาง15 เมตรถ้า3 นิ้วใช้เท่าไหร่ก็คำนวณดูนะครับquestion อ่าน question จบแล้วเป็นยังไงบ้างทำยังไงบ้าง how can we solve this question
อ่านใหม่ครับ
ฮะ อ่านจบปุ๊บอ่านใหม่จบอ่านใหม่The question, what the question asking? They asking for the radius here, okay? โอเคไหมครับถามหา radius แล้วก็ถามหาความยาวด้วย the length of the lamp radius ก่อนถามหา radius ก่อนสูตรที่จะใช้หา radius จะมีสูตรอะไรบ้างครับเราจะได้สูตร radius เราต้องได้อะไรกันย้อนกลับกันมีสูตรอะไรบ้างครับที่จะใช้คำนวณหา minimum radius what kind of equation ทันจะเทาะทันจะชนอยู่ไหมทันจะชน
อยู่ค่ะ
ไหนทันจะชนอยู่ไหมทันจะชน
อยู่ค่ะ
5 กล้องมานะครับวันนี้5ไปก่อนนะครับทันจะชนครับ
อาจารย์ค่ะกล้องหนูใช้คอมที่บ้านแล้วมันเป็นคอมตั้งโต๊ะมันไม่มีกล้องอะค่ะ
ได้ไม่เป็นไรเดี๋ยวข้างหน้าช่วยหากล้องหน่อยนะกล้องเดี๋ยวข้างหน้ามาแล้วก็ให้เป็นครับย้อนหลังให้
ถ้าหนูจอยใน iPad แล้วเปิดตอนนี้ได้ไหมคะ
ได้เท่ากันถ้าเปิดก็ได้ครั้งนี้ก็ไปต่อไปหาทางไหนก็ได้ให้กล้องมันติดนะครับ
อะไรนะคะ
หาทางไงก็ได้ให้กล้องติดครับข้างหน้าเดี๋ยวข้างหน้ากล้องติดอาจารย์จะย้อนครั้งนี้ให้ว่าครั้งนี้ได้10 เต็มนะครับมันจะทนสมการอะไรครับ is what kind of equation that we can find the minimum radius ใช้สมการอะไรครับในการหารัศมีโค้งจำได้ไหมจะอยู่ต้นทางก่อนนะจำได้ไหม
อะไรนะคะ
สมการอะไรที่ใช้ในการหารัศมีโค้งครับท่านจะชนจำได้ไหมที่มีตัว r อยู่ด้วยมีสมการเดียวที่เรียนมาเนี่ยมันมีไม่กี่สมการหรอกมีสมการติด
อ๋อ
give you 3 more seconds ท่านจะชน remember otherwise we ask your friends come back to you later
วรมาพรยกมือครับอาจารย์
ไหน
ปรมาพรยกมือครับ
ดูปรมาพรกับปรมาพรตอบหรือยังปรมาพรตอบแรกไม่พาให้ถูกให้เพื่อนก่อนดิปรมาพรเดี๋ยวเราย้อนกลับมาปรมาพรนะขอให้เพื่อนก่อนนะปิติชัย
ไม่ได้เหรอคะอาจารย์
ปิติชัย
อาจารย์ค่ะอาจารย์ไม่ได้ชนรู้แล้วค่ะ
เดี๋ยวผ่านแล้วเดี๋ยวทีละคนขอถามทีละคนครับปิติชัย
ครับ
ปิติชัย do you know what kind of equation you use to find the minimum
ครับก็คือ RV เท่ากับ V square over G แล้วก็คูณกับ FS บวก E ส่วนร้อยครับ
ใช่นะสุดนั้นนะเราจะใช้พูดง่ายๆนะฮะ E บวก FS นะครับเท่ากับ V กำลัง2ส่วน RT นะครับ V plus FS equal V square divided by RT okay if you want to changing this equation good so E we know E the question give you superelevation E FS they also give you the friction right do they have a side friction do they have the side friction here if they not give you the side friction is 0.1 okay side friction V you need to know the speed okay let's come to use this one we don't know V square divided by G okay E รู้ FS รู้นะฮะแล้วก็ต้องการหา R G ค่าคงที่แต่ไม่รู้ตัวนึงคือตัวความเร็วที่จะเริ่มเข้าโค้งเนี่ย the speed that use this lamp สปีดตรงนี้หาได้ไงเนี่ยสปีดมันเนี้ยตอนนี้ไม่รู้เลยเนี่ยคุณรู้เนี่ยสปีดบนเนี้ยถนนเนี้ยรถวิ่งมาด้วยความเร็วเท่าไหร่ครับเนี่ยตรงเคอร์เซอร์อาจารย์อยู่เนี่ยรถวิ่งมาด้วยความเร็วเท่าไหร่ what speed
100 ครับ
100 ครับ
100 กิโลเมตรต่อชั่วโมงนะฮะวิ่งมาปุ๊บเห็นป้ายปุ๊บทำไงปุ๊บรับรู้เกิดปฏิกิริยาตอบสนองเท้าแตะเบรกปึ๊กตรงนี้เลยโจทย์บอกระยะทางจากป้ายมาถึงเนี่ย80 เมตรไม่รู้หรอกอาจารย์อยากรู้ความเร็วที่ตรงนี้เท่าไหร่ใช่ไหม Can we know the speed here Can we know Yes but we don't use this distance 80 meter No we don't use this one because the driver can see the sign before 80 meter Okay you should be able to find what distance the driver can read the sign if you know x supposed to be x meter you use x meter plus 80 you will have the total distance okay that's why we can see the final speed if you reduce speed from 100 km per hour reduce speed from this point I want to know what kind of speed at this point before they go into the curve into the ramp here first therefore the first step we need to find the speed here at this point okay asking back before we can find the speed we need to know the distance from here to the driver can read the sign okay the driver can read the sign here so we can use this distance plus 80 that is the total distance that the driver stopping side distance we touch the brake and we can find the final speed okay so the first one next okay if anyone cannot read my handwriting please try to understand it okay the first part is determine the readability of the roadway sign yes what is the driver said what is the question said 50 meter for 1 inch okay the letter is 3 inches it means what 2.54 okay it means 47 meter it means what this driver can read the sign with 47 meter